Now, this is a video that's going to be for all 12 signs. You're welcome to watch this regardless of zodiacal placement, but I'm really getting the message that for a lot of you that you are caregivers. You're either taking care of a child or a family member, and it does feel like there's a close relationship here. Maybe some of you are just caregiving for somebody else as well, but it just feels like you've been supporting someone going through a very difficult time. And I am just sort of getting this affirmation, like your hard work, your effort, your selfless service is being seen. It's being accounted for, whatever you make that mean. And I do feel like there is potentially some sort of turnaround, not just for you, but for this person as well. So if it feels like things are just kind of bleak and you're trying to support somebody and you don't really know what to do, you're actually a huge gift to this person's life. Whether they're telling you this or not, you are really a light to them, and you are supporting them just by being there. So I hope this is reaching who it needs to. I am really curious to see what we have in the tarot for you, and I'm just going to kind of shuffle the cards and give you a friendly reminder that these are general readings, meaning not all the messages that come forward are necessarily meant for you specifically. It's up to your own intuition and discernment to figure out what applies to your own life and what should be left behind for somebody else. So what are the messages that we have for this group? Interesting. Wow. So it feels like there's actually something here with the Ace of Pentacles that's like, there has been a new beginning. And maybe this is for you, maybe this is for another person, but it feels like there's some sort of new job or some form of stability. Maybe things have started to look up in the recent past. Because oftentimes when we see the Ace of Pentacles, there's some kind of material new beginning. That could be financial, that could be something that offers a sense of security, like a job or a home. But it feels like there has already been some promising shift. Maybe there's even been getting support from a system with the Hierophant. It could quite literally be about a support system or finding people who are going through similar experiences as well. Because the Hierophant often speaks of like shared beliefs or traditions. And so it feels like it's really important that you are connecting to those groups of people, people who feel like-minded to you, people who you can kind of just connect with, you're going through similar experience with. And maybe there is even something here about reaching out to spiritual community or some other kind of community as well, maybe even connecting to your spirituality as a way to kind of move through this difficult time. But I do feel like there's already been some kind of shift. We do also have the Two of Pentacles that's showing up in the present here as well. And this is actually quite beautiful because this does indicate some kind of union or harmony or people coming together, which is always really nice to see, especially if you have felt kind of isolated or alone. It does feel like there is a significant connection that is coming in for some of you. Now, I am also noticing the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So this very well could be talking about a romantic connection, but I think this is really just about someone is seeing you, someone is seeing all the support you have put in to someone else's life, or the support you've given, rather. And maybe this is even someone who wants to support you in return. So I think it is important to let yourself receive that, because sometimes when you're in that caregiving mode, it's really hard to take the time for yourself to receive it from somebody else. So what do we have for this group? Yeah, it feels like you're finally able to look forward and letting go of burdens. So the Two of Wands is sort of the change or catalyst here. And this is quite literally about looking forward to the future. So if it feels like there's been it's just been hard to look forward to things, I feel like that's either the challenge for you is to find things to look forward to, even if that seems small. They don't have to be big things. But it just gives you something to kind of help move through difficult situations. We do also have the Nine of Wands in reverse as well. Now, for some of you, this can be an energy of burnout, so maybe there is a warning there, but I actually feel like this is more so speaking to getting out of an energy of burnout, where you've just sort of been fighting and kind of going through the motions of things. I do feel like there is someone who is trying to support you right now, or support is trying to come in. And part of the Two of Cups is letting yourself be vulnerable, speaking up, reaching out to somebody. Because you have to let yourself be seen in order to feel the connection of this Two of Cups. So this is kind of an interesting story here so far. Let's see if we can get a little more detail or clarity as to what is going on for you. Interesting. So I feel like for some of you with the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Five of Swords, there was someone who's supposed to support you, or you were supposed to have a helper, and it just didn't work out. For some of you, this person even made things worse. They were asking of you when you weren't able to give. You had nothing really to give this person. For others of you, it's just feeling like there's this lack of support. It feels like someone turned you away when you needed them. But I do feel like there is support coming in now. And maybe that's why it feels hard to trust in people, to trust in this person. Queen of Swords, it could be an air sign, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. But I think the person who's actually trying to help you is very clear. I don't think this is a person who puts on airs. This is someone who's very direct. Maybe even a little bit harsh, but it's kind of in that way where it's like, you know this person is going to just tell you the truth. You know this person isn't going to fake you out. So that's kind of a funny way you might know who this person is. Two of Pentacles, it does feel like there is a shift that's going on and maybe even a little bit of a juggling act. You could be in the midst of a few transitions at the same time, and you're trying to find your balance here. But I do feel overall pretty positive. What is the blessing here? Yeah, I do feel like you're moving forward from difficult situations with the Eight of Cups, even if that's just step by step right now. And I do feel like the astrology for the first part of the year, it is a little bit confusing. We do have Saturn and Neptune kind of finishing up their cycle in Pisces. This is also kind of joined with the fact that we have Mercury retrograding in Pisces next month as well. So this really can contribute to a sense of confusion or disillusionment. But I feel like you're kind of navigating your way forward. And I do feel like there is support or resources that could be available to you that you aren't seeing right now with the Four of Cups. Again, it feels like there is someone who could be offering support to you. And you might not see it right now. Or maybe you just feel disillusioned. But I think this person is genuine. I think this person wants to help you, especially if you've been helping other people or another person. Four of Wands. I do feel like there is good news. There is something to look forward to. I'm getting the month of April for some reason with this card. Maybe something in Aries season, so kind of the first half of April. Maybe there is some news or celebration. It just feels like there's this positive shift. You're kind of getting out of winter, so to speak. There is a new beginning. That might also have to do with this Ace of Pentacles from the recent past. Maybe you already know what this is about. I keep hearing like graduation or like something that is akin to going to the next level. Like some sort of completion that's worth celebrating. And we do have the Three of Pentacles as well, which is about collaboration, working together. So again, I feel like it is important to have a support system right now, reach out to people, but it also feels like you are receiving support maybe in work or some kind of project that you are trying to get off the ground. I feel like there is something here where it's like, you almost just need to walk away from certain things right now because there's more pressing matters at hand. But I do feel like something is being resumed, at least maybe in the time of April or a few months from the time of watching this. This is a timeless reading, so it could just be talking about the next April from the time you are watching, or maybe there's some kind of throwback to April of 2026, or there's just something happening in a few months' time. Regardless of what this is, though, I feel like you're finally picking up something that you've had to put down. Maybe this is something that's helping you find a sense of stability or giving you a sense of purpose, especially in your day-to-day life. So kind of hold out hope for this. I feel like there's something here. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and I think it's really important that you're allowing yourself to have something to look forward to. Excuse me. Is there any other messages here for this group? I feel like I kind of want to end off with an oracle card. I'm going to pull from the Moonology deck just to kind of put a nice little capstone on this. Any other messages or words of guidance? Interesting. So I have the fixed moon that came out, and the message on this card is hold your vision. And this is literally what I've been talking about. It's like, hold your vision, have something to look forward to, trust in your goals and your ability to achieve or realize them. It feels like your grit might even be a little tested right now. So let's kind of read this and just see what this is about. It's been a while since I've used this deck. Where is it? We have the fixed moon. Okay, here we go. There are two possibilities with this card. The first is that you need to stand firm in whatever situation you're in. The second, very different interpretation, is that something is stuck. That could well be referring to the situation you've been asking about. If that's the case, have a think about what you can do to grease the wheels so that events move forward. Are you being stubborn? If so, that's great, because if you really want things to change, there's a solution. Stop digging your heels in. Be the one to break a deadlock. With two interpretations for this card, it's up to you to decide what's going on and which meaning applies to you. This offers up a chance for some self-reflection. Attune to the moon. Say the word, just say the word a lot and see how it feels. Additional meanings for this card: staying power. Faith or patience are needed. Someone needs to back down. Avoid stagnation. A personal or professional relationship will be enduring. In astrology, there are three quadruplicities: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. The fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. The fixed signs can be stubborn, so anything that's just starting as you draw this card may well last longer. Remember, we all have each of the star signs in our chart. It's just the way the astrological wheel works. So there's no judgment when we say that while it's admirable how much staying power the fixed signs have, they can also be obstinate. So maybe there is a little bit of a struggle or kind of like two forces going head to head right now. Maybe it just feels like there isn't a lot of movement. But I do feel like this really is speaking more to that staying power that this card is talking about. I feel like there is just something about holding your vision, having something to look forward to, that's going to kind of help you move forward, even if you have to let it go right now. Maybe that's kind of the obstinance piece. There's a million ways to get something done, to achieve something, so just because things haven't unfolded the way you had hoped or expected, it doesn't mean that they're not happening. It doesn't mean that you're not able to see these things through. It's just that the strategy might need to shift right now, or the priority might need to shift. And I think those are all the messages I have for you at this time. I do hope that this was helpful for all of you. If you've made it all the way to the end, be sure to hit like and subscribe, as well as that bell notification so you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. Again, I am running a sale on my website. You can get 30% off all astrology chart readings using the code in the stars on my website, which is linked in the description of this video. You can also book my other services with me and find my other social media accounts there. And I will see you all in the next video. Sending lots of love and blessings your way. Take care.